Dude, I got one when I was using the bathroom. Okay, so today I was planning on filming a video with this lure right here. I wanted to do kind of an old school pre-spawn bait type of deal. You know, not a lot of guys throw the spinnerbait anymore, but it's still a fish catching machine, especially when you got that ice out. Water temperature is starting to rise. Those pad stems are popping up. It comes through them perfectly and usually catches some fish. So that's what we started off on. That's what I was trying to film a video with. I actually already filmed the video, so you guys, I'm getting off the water right now. I already know what happens. And let me tell you, we catch a few on this, as you guys are about to see, but then we have to adapt and we start doing something a little bit different and we catch a ton of fish. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's episode. It was a little bit frustrating to make, as you guys are gonna see why in just a moment here, but if you guys do enjoy it, please hit that thumbs up. It really does mean a lot to me. And yeah, let's just jump right into it, guys. One last thing right before we get into the fishing, since I always forget to do this in the intro, but today's video is brought to you guys by Catch Co Baits. If you guys want to pick up any of the baits that we're using in today's episode, it's going to be linked down below. But now let's get into the fishing. There we go. There we go. On the spinnerbait. It's a pretty good one. Good way to start the day off. Okay, switched up from the chatterbait to the spinnerbait. Just hucked it out there in some pad stems. Caught the first bite of the day. Nice little 1.5 pound, 2 pounder right there on that Guggen Squad zinger. Little Biospawn Exo Swim trailer on there too. But rolling that slowly through those pad stems. First bite of the day. Gonna get her back in the water and we're gonna continue to pick apart the shallow water, looking for some of those giant pre-spawn largemouth. This is how we're gonna catch the biggest bass of the year, guys. This is when it happens. This is how it happens. Up shallow, just like this. First bite of the day. Not a giant, but we'll take her. We will take her. So first fish in the boat came on that Catch Co zinger, and all we're doing, we're targeting those pad stems. That's what heats up the fastest on the lake. All those pre-spawn bass, they love sitting in pad stems. So anywhere on your lake where there's a ton of lily pads in the summer, that's one of the first spots those bass are gonna stage up shallow. So all we're doing, we're slow rolling this thing through them. And this, like I said earlier on in the video in the intro, does not end up being the deal. So we keep moving down the bank and eventually we figure something else out. There we go. Not a very big one. Still, we are catching fish, boys and girls. Not on the big ones quite yet, but they're gonna come. So far, we got a nice like 2 pounder, then this little 12-incher. Not what we're after. We're trying to slow roll this big old spinnerbait for a monstrous Michigan pre-spawn bass, and thus far, we have had no such luck, but they're coming. They're coming. So we caught one more bass in the spinnerbait, but honestly, the conditions really aren't too ideal for spinnerbait fishing right now. Usually you want a good amount of chop on the water or you want some clouds in the sky, and we pretty much had flat calm back here, sunny skies, not set up for a spinnerbait. And then additionally, I started seeing bass cruising around everywhere. 2 pounders, 3 pounders, 4 pounders, all around the boat. So I decided to pull out the Karl's Amazing Baits Senko, put it on a little wacky worm, a little sticky hook, and started throwing that around. There we go. No! Well, boys and girls, we have switched up tactics. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've been throwing a little spinning rod around with a wacky worm Senko, a little Karl's Bait and Tackle Senko, because I am seeing bass everywhere all of a sudden. I made an entire circle around this little backwater area, and I threw that spinnerbait. I caught those 2 bass and really didn't see very much of anything, but I decided to make another trip around. I got up shallow and I started seeing bass literally everywhere. So I'm like half sight fishing, half bomb casting this Senko around, and just had the first fish on the Senko, which it was like a nice solid 2 or 3 pounder. I saw her come up and flash, but we lost her. So we have switched up tactics. We're gonna be trying some flukes and some Senkos around back here. The water temperature is pretty warm compared to the main lake, and I think that we're about to freaking light them up. So stick around, stay tuned. We might get our first sight fish of the year. I really don't know what's about to happen, but I'm seeing 3-pound bass everywhere. There we go, on the Senko. On the Senko. Not a big one. Like I said, I've been seeing some very large fish back in here, guys. 3, 4, and 5 pounders. But so far, all we did was pop off like a 3 pounder and caught this little guy, then a few other decent ones on a spinnerbait, but nothing too crazy. But like I said, I think we're about to get into them. Another little 12-incher there. Nothing to write home about. Oh my God, it's another dink. No, no sir, you are not what we want. I want to catch a big one, but I'll take some little guys here and there. Keep things interesting. We're definitely getting bit more on the Senko though. Went through this entire thing with that spinnerbait and only had 2 bites. Picked up the Senko and I've had 3 bites in the past like 5-10 minutes. So hopefully we can get one of these big ones to go. So far we've been throwing that wacky worm around. We've got a few bites, caught a few fish, but there's a lot of pad stems back in here and I keep getting caught up, and I don't know if you guys just saw, don't know if I put in the video, but I just snapped off on a freaking pad stem. I barely pulled on it and just broke my line. But so just so we don't get hung up as much in all of those little pad stems down there, we're gonna take these Karl's Amazing Baits Senkos that we've been throwing on the wacky worm, and we're gonna put it on a little 2-aught extra wide gap worm hook, because I haven't been able to throw it up in some of those pad stems and stuff. But now, since it's weedless, we can put this thing just about anywhere. So we're gonna roll with that. We're gonna still try to catch some of these fish that are up shallow. Like I said, I've been seeing a ton, but we're on them. It's gonna happen. I have a really good feeling about this, guys. Oh, here we go. We got a wake on it. Right at me, and it's another little guy. We saw that one come out at it though. That was pretty cool. And like I said, that was that nice little change we just made. That was probably like my 2nd or 3rd cast with that little weightless Texas rigged Senko. So we're able to get this thing up and around the cover a little bit better. That wacky worm just wasn't quite doing it. I was fishing it on the edges, and a lot of these fish are up super shallow. Whoops. Not a big one. I don't know why we can't catch the ones that I've been seeing, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna freaking happen. It's got to. Okay, here we go. I don't know why the heck we're only catching the dinks up here when there are literally 2 to 5 pound cruisers everywhere, and all we're catching is this. Come on now. Come on now. What kind of sick joke is this? There we go. Come on, be a better fish. No! No! You guys have to be getting sick of this, I know, I'm sorry. We're gonna catch a bigger one, okay? I'm done with these guys. I'm not gonna put any more of these little mega dinks in the video. We're gonna catch a bigger one. Okay, I might put a few more of the mega dinks in the video. Just depends on how it goes, but we're gonna catch a bigger one. It's gonna happen. We're getting a lot of bites now, and I think that we just have to weed through some of these smaller guys. There's a lot of little fish cruising around up shallow, and there's some bigger ones mixed in, so we're just gonna weed through them. Yeah, I don't know. We need to catch a bigger bass. That's all I know. Dude, I got one when I was using the bathroom. Oh, it's a little one. We do have it on. It's on this pad stem. Yes. While we're using the bathroom, we still catch bass, boys. I literally had that Senko sitting down there for probably a good, I don't know, 30 seconds, a minute or whatever, however long it takes you to use the bathroom. Another dink bass. Why are they all so freaking small? You guys have no idea how many good-sized bass I've literally seen and flipped at. Even ones that I've seen from kind of a distance that really shouldn't have seen me, I'd flip out in front of them, they kind of look right at the Senko and then just keep swimming. So I don't know why, but all the decent sized bass seem to have lockjaw, but the little ones are munching. We're catching a ton of little bass. And that last catch, that was pretty fun because I really didn't know how big it was or what the heck was happening. I just knew something picked it up when I was using the bathroom. There we go. Another dink. More and more dinks. There we go. Oh, and it's another dink. It's another little one. Who would have freaking guessed? Okay, boys and girls. Well, you know what? I think I'm done fishing for the day. I think that might be the final straw. I've literally caught like 30, maybe 35 of these little bass. And I've seen so many 2 to 5 pounders, you guys have no idea. I've literally seen so many big bass and all I can freaking catch is these. Yeah, there we go. Since I'm so freaking stubborn, I would not leave back here just because I felt like eventually one of the ones I was gonna set hook into was gonna be a pretty good bass, and for some reason only the little ones wanted to eat today. The big ones had lockjaw for some unknown reason, and we just could not get any of them to commit. So we got 1 2-pounder. I jumped off like a 2 or 3 pounder on the Senko right when I switched up to the wacky worm. But if you guys want to check out any of the baits that we were using today, I can assure you that these Karl's Amazing Baits Senkos catch bass. I feel like I just caught every single bass in the lake on them, so check that out. That's going to be linked down below. But thank you guys for watching today's episode. I'm sorry for the lack of big bass. If you guys did watch the last video, we caught an almost 6-pounder, so I'm going to say that one makes up for today. But hopefully we get on some more good ones in the near future here. I've got some really cool trips planned, and thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.